Steam's throwing another sale, and it's that special time when your wallet starts crying, and your library fills up with even more games you'll probably never play. Don't worry, I've got that problem too. But since you clicked on this video, let me show you some seriously good deals you absolutely need to check out. In a galaxy once shaped by the will of a brutal cult, Nara stands as a defector haunted by her past. Once their most feared weapon, she turned against them after unleashing an atrocity too great to bear. With Forsaken, her sentient starfighter and former partner in destruction, she begins a path of rebellion and redemption. Space is not just a backdrop, but a battleground. Shootouts unfold in tight, fast-paced encounters that demand sharp reflexes and mastery of both weaponry and otherworldly abilities. Nara can manipulate the flow of battle, vanishing from sight, warping across the battlefield, and sensing unseen threats. Forsaken shares a troubled history and a voice, shaping the story with its own will and memory. This is a story not just about fighting back, but about facing what's been done and what still must be. The stars may be endless, but redemption has a cost. Ryse, Son of Rome is a visually stunning action-adventure game that follows Marius Titus, a Roman soldier who becomes a general on a quest for vengeance after witnessing his family's murder by barbarian bandits. Set during Emperor Nero's reign, the game presents an alternate history of Rome, blending historical elements with creative liberties. The gameplay centers on Marius leading Roman infantry across various battlefields, commanding his legion, and engaging in combat using a system that incorporates quick-time events for executing finishing moves. Players can utilize a variety of weapons and tactics, with the ability to command squads and strategize during large-scale battles. The game features linear progression through its narrative, offering a cinematic experience with high production values. In Creaks, you descend into a surreal, shifting world hidden just behind the crumbling walls of your quiet, creaky room. What begins as a strange noise turns into a descent beneath the floorboards, into an uncanny mechanical realm where everything feels slightly off, but oddly alive. The air buzzes with the hum of strange machinery, and the walls themselves seem to breathe as you move deeper into the labyrinth. Logic puzzles are woven into the very structure of this world. Each room presents a self-contained challenge, asking you to manipulate levers, lights, and pathways while carefully observing the behavior of shifting and bizarre creatures. They look monstrous at first glance, but flick on a lamp and they freeze, revealed to be harmless furniture in disguise. The line between object and creature blurs constantly, forcing you to think not just spatially, but psychologically. There's no hand-holding here. You're left to explore at your own pace, guided by atmosphere and the quiet rhythm of curiosity. No words are spoken, but storytelling flows through the environment. Animated paintings flicker to life, and background details quietly hint at a deeper mythology beneath the surface. The deeper you go, the more this place begins to feel like a half-remembered dream. It lets you linger in its spaces and slowly piece together a story of this strange world, built on illusion and discovery. Hand of Fate 2 invites you into a dark and unpredictable world where every step is shaped by the turn of a card. This experience blends the thrill of a tabletop card game with the pulse of real-time action, crafting a narrative that unfolds through a shifting deck. Each card revealed introduces new challenges, battles, or choices that ripple through the story, creating a unique journey every time. The heart of the game lies in its mix of chance and skill, where the fate of the journey is dictated by the cards drawn, but won through quick thinking and reflexes. Combat sequences come alive with fast-paced swordplay, parries, and tactical decisions, set against a backdrop of mysterious tavern tales and shifting alliances. The atmosphere is tense but unpredictable, as the deck's layout constantly changes, inviting constant adaptation. At a lavish masquerade inside a sprawling casino mansion, time loops endlessly, trapping every guest in a single blood-soaked day. But you awaken beyond the cycle, unseen by the others, and are gifted a mask that lets you roam without being noticed. As the clock resets at midnight, your goal becomes clear. Uncover the reason for each guest's death and subtly alter events to save them, all without ever being seen. Each saved life grants you a new mask, each with strange abilities that help unlock deeper secrets and locked-off rooms. The mansion itself is a strange, opulent machine of routines and tragedies, where sound, light, and patterns form the gears of the mystery. The truth reveals itself as the loops end. Something far more personal and devastating lies beneath the murders. Rich in atmosphere, wit, and melancholy, this looping masquerade is a finely tuned tragedy waiting to be undone. In this game, you will play as Lloyd, a slender, stripped-down figure, tumbles into a lucid nightmare he cannot awaken from. Each time he drifts off, he is pulled into a strange, monochrome realm that distorts reality, where gravity shifts without warning and every surface might become his pathway forward. The narrative unfolds in silence, with no dialogue or clear exposition. The dreamscape itself speaks. As Lloyd navigates these surreal settings, an underground subway, a derelict theater, a moving train, he learns to defy physics. Walls and ceilings become walkable planes. Rooms can be rotated on a whim, upending expectations. This manipulation of perspective both enhances mental challenge and deepens the sense of dislocation. Over time, you will encounter hostile entities, but you won't have the ability to fight back. Lloyd has no weaponry. Instead, he must sneak and plot his path around them. The stealth moments are tense but measured, relying more on timing and planning than on reflexes. DARQ is a surreal journey that challenges your mind and nerves, leaving a lasting impression long after the nightmare fades. Crysis Remastered throws you into a high-stakes mission on the Lingshan Islands, where what begins as a standard rescue turns into a clash against alien forces wielding advanced technology. You step into the role of Nomad, a member of an elite special ops unit, equipped with the nanosuit, an experimental piece of gear that offers superhuman abilities. You can shift between increased strength, speed, or invisibility on the fly, letting you tackle each moment with a tailored approach. The world isn't built to funnel you down a single path. The island's dense jungles, military outposts, and alien-infested zones offer countless ways to approach your objectives. Whether you're silently picking off patrols from the treetops or crashing through enemy lines with brute force, the suit's flexibility opens up tactical freedom. Weapons can be customized on the go, adding silencers, grenade launchers, and more to fit the changing tempo of battle. Explosions tear through buildings, trees collapse under gunfire, and vehicles can be used, hijacked, or destroyed to shift the balance of power. The remaster brings sharper visuals, more refined lighting, and a noticeable bump in environmental detail, making the island feel more alive and reactive. A special Can It Run Crisis mode exists purely to push graphics hardware to its limits, a nod to the game's legacy as a benchmark title. Crysis Remastered doesn't just update a classic, it reintroduces it with modern polish while keeping its roots in freedom-driven action and bold experimentation intact. CHUCHEL is a whimsical adventure that follows a small, fuzzy creature named CHUCHEL on his quest to retrieve his stolen cherry. When a giant hand snatches the precious fruit from his grasp, CHUCHEL embarks on an unpredictable journey to get it back. Along the way, he is joined by Kekel, a quirky companion whose intentions are as unpredictable as the challenges ahead. Together, they tackle a series of bizarre and amusing scenarios that require creativity and quick thinking. As you progress through vibrant animated environments, the game offers a variety of unconventional puzzles that push you to interact with the world in unusual ways. Each stage presents a fresh and humorous twist, with clever solutions often hidden in plain sight. CHUCHEL's interactions with the environment are playful and filled with slapstick moments, making every challenge feel rewarding and lighthearted. The story is full of humorous moments and surprises, ensuring the journey is fun and unpredictable. Amnesia Rebirth is a first-person survival horror game. Set in 1937, players assume the role of Tassi Trianon, a pregnant woman who survives a plane crash in the Algerian desert. As Tassi, players navigate through desolate landscapes, ancient ruins, and otherworldly environments to uncover the fate of her missing companions and piece together her fragmented memories. The game emphasizes exploration and puzzle solving, requiring players to manage limited resources like matches and a fuel lamp to illuminate dark areas. Avoiding darkness is crucial, as prolonged exposure can induce hallucinations and heighten fear. Encounters with supernatural entities necessitate stealth and evasion. Amnesia Rebirth has been praised for its atmospheric design and compelling narrative. You take the form of a lightning-fast ethereal entity, hurtling through a realm of shifting darkness and kaleidoscopic geometry. Within mere seconds, you will dash, slide, and stomp through ever-crowding foes, turning each kill into a high-stakes dance of reflex and strategy. You have only 10 seconds that steadily counts down, as every demon you kill adds precious time, but also increases the spawn rate. You need to maintain momentum to keep the tempo rising, and if you slow down, the game punishes you with shrinking chances. The visual design breaks typical shooter conventions. Even veterans of FPS games get completely consumed, attempting dozens of runs in an hour. Happy Game pulls you into the unsettling dreams of a young boy trapped in a series of twisted nightmares. Across 3 surreal realms, you'll face bizarre challenges that require careful thinking, experimentation, and interaction with the eerie environment to progress. The game's hand-drawn visuals mix bright, childlike imagery with unsettling horror, turning cheerful symbols into something far more sinister. The haunting soundtrack deepens the disturbing atmosphere, making every moment feel tense and unpredictable. Throughout the journey, you'll encounter strange creatures and unsettling obstacles, forcing you to react quickly and adapt to the ever-changing nightmare. With no spoken dialogue, the story unfolds purely through haunting imagery and sound, drawing you deeper into its dark and surreal world. You were born and raised in your mother's garage for 20 years, never stepping outside, until one day, the food dispenser breaks down. Suddenly thrust into a neon-soaked dystopian megalopolis where corruption is the norm, you discover that your father, once presumed dead, is missing after entering a final tournament. To find him, you must elevate your reputation by triumphing in combat and earning social credit through wins in underground rings. You will manage multiple routines, unlocking new moves and raising your stats, and climbing ascending fight leagues where matches are turn-based. The fights are less about frantic clicking and more about anticipating the opponent's plan, crafting a tactical toolkit to drain stamina or knock them down. Story events brim with tongue-in-cheek nods to 80s and 90s action classics. The dialogue pulses with comedic flair and is peppered with nostalgic winks to cult movies like Blade Runner and Rocky. Visually, the game features polished pixel art that captures the spirit of classic arcade games, but rendered with crisp attention to neon lighting, satirical signage, and humorous details hidden in the backgrounds. Each corner of the upper city feels alive with personality and visual jokes. While the structure can become cyclical, there are up to 20 hours of narrative and challenges as you strive to break through into the upper echelons. You awaken in a sealed chamber, its walls whispering stories of long years spent in solitude and neglect. You step into a fractured world where reality bends into surreal landscapes, haunted by strange and hostile creatures lurking just beyond sight. Spaces close in tight and suffocate, then suddenly open into wide, dreamlike vistas. Your arsenal feels otherworldly, from a rugged double-barrel shotgun to mysterious weapons that twist life and death in ways you can barely comprehend. Every encounter with grotesque foes bursts with raw intensity. Every shot and dismemberment brought to brutal life through detailed physics that slam the weight of consequence home. Movement here is a dance of freedom and instinct. You vault across vertical spaces with double jumps, explore hidden ways with no map but your gut, and chase momentum through every leap and sprint. You can save at any time, even mid-combat, but one mistimed choice can trap you in a desperate fight for survival. In a sprawling, neon-soaked city where humans and AI coexist in uneasy tension, Tales of the Neon Sea follows Rex, a former cop turned detective, as he digs into a cold case that spirals into something far more tangled. The deeper the investigation goes, the more the story leans into questions of identity, memory, and what it means to be alive in a world full of synthetic minds and cybernetic upgrades. Exploration and puzzle solving are at the core, with Rex relying on his enhanced vision and the help of his cat, William, to uncover hidden paths and crucial evidence. The pixel art style, lit with dynamic lighting, brings the dystopian world to life, full of grimy alleys, buzzing signs, and secrets tucked behind every corner. Expect a heavy dose of puzzles, some cleverly tied to the story, others more abstract. It's a slow burn through a city that's forgotten how to sleep. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is a retro-inspired side-scrolling beat-em-up game. Based on the popular comic and film, it follows Scott Pilgrim as he battles through waves of enemies to win the heart of Ramona Flowers. The game offers a fun mix of punchy combat, distinctive characters, and a colorful, pixelated art style that appeals to fans of old-school arcade games. The gameplay focuses on cooperative multiplayer, where you can team up to defeat enemies, level up, and unlock new abilities. The game also includes a variety of bizarre enemies and bosses, each designed with a distinct sense of humor and creativity. The remaster includes additional DLC and online multiplayer features, making it more accessible than ever. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you want to support the channel even more, grab me a coffee over at Buy Me a Coffee, link in the description. Every bit helps me keep bringing you the best deals and epic games. Catch you in the next one, and thanks for the support.